It is a gloomy, rainy day out, so I figured it was a good day to talk about my helmets, why I have two of them, what I like about each of them, and to kind of talk about my motovlog setup a little bit for anyone who's interested. So this is my Bell Qualifier. This was the helmet I bought probably about a year before I did my class, again, just because I knew it was coming up and I wanted to make sure I had gear that I actually liked and would use. This helmet came with my bike. The lady I bought my bike from was super kind and she was no longer riding, so she gave me a few pieces of gear to include this showy, we're gonna go with showy. I've heard it both ways, but we'll go with showy helmet, basically for free. She just kind of threw it in. So there are things I like about each of these helmets, and so I also, when I was testing vlogging gear, didn't really want to mess up my favorite helmet with testing things, so I did it on the free helmet, even though this is a much more expensive helmet. The Shoei helmet, again, it's great for the motovlog setup. There's plenty of room in it. This is the Shoei GT Air 2. It came with a comm system already built in. The problem is I can't get it to work. I can hear things, but the mic isn't working. I've taken it apart, tried to make sure it was nice and connected, make sure everything was fine with it, and for some reason, it's still just not working. So that kind of took away one of the major aspects of this helmet. It does have two vents, this nice big vent up top, and then a chin vent, which is kind of hard to see, but it's there. One thing I did also like about this helmet, because it comes with the clear visor, sorry about the glare, nothing I can do about it, the lights are bright. If you pop that up, it does come with this nifty little drop down visor, tinted visor inside, which is really helpful for me. I do wear glasses when I ride, so just throwing on a pair of sunglasses underneath the clear visor doesn't work for me. So it's nice to still be able to drop that down. Plus, when you pop this clear visor, if you've watched any of my other videos, I've talked about this. If you pop up this clear visor, you can still drop down this little UV visor so you can still stay shaded at red lights, stops, whatever, but get some airflow in the meantime. Things I don't like about this helmet, and it's a lot heavier. After a decent ride, this does actually tend to leave some neck and shoulder fatigue for me. I don't mind this helmet at all, and it's been great for motovlogging and not having to weigh down my daily use helmet, which I use for everything. So onto the Bell. They're actually very similarly rated for safety. This helmet was, first off, a lot cheaper. It was $200, I think, when I got it. So, but again, safety rated, it's nice and snug on my head, it's lighter and it's smaller, which is great. It's very sleek and aerodynamic and it looks cool. This one does have more ventilation, which is great. It has these two top vents, this main forehead vent, and then it does have the chin vent as well. I like that because I live in Florida and it gets so hot, so having some extra airflow in different spots is great. But also during the winter, although it's a little chilly to do this, if I pop these vents open, my glasses tend to fog a little less, which is great. You don't really want to be trying to ride around with foggy glasses. I also loved that it came with the two visor options. I prefer a smoked visor. I mean, look at it, it's cool. And I tend to be a little more light sensitive on my eyes. So as long as there's a little bit of daylight, I'm rocking this smoked visor. But it did come with this clear visor as well, because I do tend to do a fair amount of night riding. It's easy to just swap these out and pop this one on, which is great. I did add a couple of things to this helmet, obviously. My Warhawk. Purely aesthetic, obviously, although maybe it helps with my aerodynamics. Who knows? But I also upgraded from the non-functioning Cinna to a Cardo. I got the Cardo Freecom 2 Plus. I tend to ride by myself or with one or two other people. This was the Duo, so it came with two. I can pop it on with anyone I ride with, and it's already pre-synced. So as long as you just press a quick button, they link up almost instantly, which is great. And I've learned that riding with a comm system when you're riding with a buddy is a lot better. I'm not constantly checking my mirrors to make sure they're there. We can communicate if there's something in the road. I can shout out and say, hey, watch this. If there's a dumb driver about to pull out, I can be like, hey, watch that car. It's been really nice. Not to mention, with a comm system, and any comm system really, but the Cardo hasn't let me down since I got it. It's been wonderful. It was super easy to install. It again allows me to talk to any other rider I'm with, but it also allows me to hear my GPS through my helmet, and I can also listen to music, which if you're a rider and you don't listen to music and then you suddenly start, you'll realize that it changes things. It makes riding more fun when you can listen to music, especially if you're on your own. So I do really enjoy that. And again, this is my favorite helmet. I really only use this one for motovlogging, and that's pretty much it. That's why it stays set up. You'll see this wire dangling down for my microphone. It stays set up. I don't ever really mess with it. I'm still not thrilled about putting any sort of mounts or anything on this. However, I have learned a lot of things happen if you're not recording on your motorcycle, and there have been many rides where I've been like, God, I really wish I was recording that, or look at that, that was cool, or look at this dumbass who just pulled out in front of me, I really wish I was recording this. So I am going to add just a chin mount for a GoPro. I'm not going to worry about miking it up or anything because I still do not intend to use this one for motovlogging right now. That may change. However, one big issue I had with these helmets was, of course, helmets are not typically flat and straight. It may be kind of hard to see, but on chinmounts.com, you can buy a chin mount that is specifically made for your helmet. So you can see that it's not a flat 3M pad. It does have a little bit of a slant to it, which is great because the helmet slants down. It also has a nice curve already built in. That's just a quick kind of rundown of both my helmets and what I use each one for, why I like each one. But we can move on to my motovlog setup. When I initially got the idea to go ahead and set this helmet up for motovlogging, all I had were my basic GoPro mounts and the 3M pads for my GoPro Hero 5. Initially, because the front of this helmet is a little bit wonky, there's no straight part. It's curved and it's got all sorts of slants and stuff in it. The initial 3M pads were not working, so actually I had it mounted on the side. It's nice and flat here. It added a lot of weight to this side of my helmet, and it also caught a lot of wind. But my main concern was that after one 45-minute ride, I took this helmet off and the GoPro was hardly hanging on. I didn't feel very comfortable trusting that anymore. So instead I went online. I actually watched some motovlog setup videos on YouTube and discovered Sugru. This is a moldable glue, and it comes in various different colors. It allows you to fix, bond, and seal many things. It can hold up to about 4.5 pounds, which is way more than I need for this little camera. So I felt pretty good using these. You'll see it comes in these little packs. I think I used 2 of them. They're very easy to use. Basically, it's a moldable glue that allowed me to shape the mount how I wanted it to be and to really set it in there, kind of encase the mount against whatever sort of shaped surface the front of the helmet has. So it feels so secure. It's not going anywhere, but it can be pretty easily cut off when I'm ready to remove it. It comes in a few different colors, I think black, gray, and white, so it can kind of blend in better. Obviously, I went with black because everything I have is black. If you pop that off, it just looks like a normal mount for a GoPro. So super easy, but so far super reliable. One option when I was using this helmet for recording, but I didn't want to stick something to it, was to use one of these strappy little mounts that just kind of straps over your chin bar and under your visor. And it comes with this lovely little J mount, which is pretty perfect because one thing about these mounts is my GoPro doesn't go quite all the way back. So to get a proper straight on shot, I have to flip it upside down. It's temporary, it's quick and easy to put on and remove, but it was very stable, and it comes with a silicone backing which takes away any vibration. It doesn't scuff up your helmet. My microphone, I used the purple Panda microphone. I'll link everything down below, found it on Amazon, but it also came with the adapter I would need for my recorder and the little wind screen, the dead cat wind screen. So it takes down any wind noise. I just kind of tucked it in behind my cheek pads where my mic does go in the Shoei helmet. I do still have the mic in there even though it's not working just because it kind of props my actual mic up. and keeps it in position a little bit. And then I just link it to the same recorder I'm using now, Zoom H1N recorder. You can set this up however you like, and you could just go audio into GoPro or whatever camera you're using, but I do enjoy using this. It gives me a little more control over my audio, and it's easy to just stick in a pocket or in a backpack pocket, whatever I need. So that's basically what I use for this stuff, and it hasn't failed me yet. If I find some better stuff, I will definitely let you guys know. But again, everything I have will be linked below, so if you're at all interested in setting up something for yourself, you'll have a good starting point. But there are tons of videos online that you can find of people talking about their motovlogging setup. I will say though, this was pretty much, I set it up and it was good. I didn't really have to do a whole lot of adjusting on it, so it worked. If you have any questions about it, hit me up. I'll be as helpful as I can. Hope this was at least a little helpful or entertaining to you guys. So I'll get some more riding videos soon. Hopefully some more entertaining stuff for you guys. The weather starts cooperating. But until then, I will see you guys later. Bye.